Hello everyone and welcome to a book talk for Assistant to the Villain by Hannah Nicole Maehrer. Personally, I enjoyed this. This was fun. So this is book number 1 in the Assistant to the Villain series. And there are 4 books. There will be 4 books in this series. I think the 4th one, I don't remember when the release date is yet, but anyway. This particular one was published in 2023. My edition was 340 pages of the actual story. This is an adult. There is no spicy scenes in this one. I don't know if there will be spice later on in the series or if this will be like a clean romance, but this is not spice-free as far as the sex goes and the sexual language. And it is a fantasy romance, and it is told in third person between alternating POVs. We have Evie, who is 33 years old. Her mother basically is told that her mother came into her magic and then abandoned the family. And in the process, Evie's little brother is not there anymore. So it's Evie, her little sister, and her dad. And Evie had a job, but she quit that job. You do find out why later. And so she's on the hunt for another job, runs into this villain, and she gets hired as his assistant. That is the story. From the villain's point of view, you do find out his name is Tristan. And you do find out about a previous job that he had and kind of why he's a little bit more of the villain. And this did leave off on a cliffhanger. So most of the POV is from Evie, so you do get some chapters from the villain. As far as your content and your trigger warnings in this book, you have gore, you have a missing family member, you have a sick family member, death of a child, yeah. And then as far as your representation, you have light brown skin mentioned, bronze skin mentioned, color blindness is mentioned, and LGBTQ. There is a side character in this who adds a little bit of comedic relief with Evie, and you do find out that she is, this female character is attracted to other females, so a sapphic romance. As far as your word count goes on this, you have the following words. You have fuck 14 times, screw 4, bitch twice, the word God 22, not in like our religious context in this world, but more like in the religious here and sometimes not religious. So this world's religious context, yes, but it is not a religious fiction. And it's like this made up religion in this world. So, and sometimes that is not used in their religious context. You have ass 15 times. We have damn it 4 times. Damn 7. Shit twice. Bastard 4 times. Breast once. The word suicide twice. Smartass once. The phrase godforsaken once. Arousing once. Wench once. Fornicating once. And that's in reference to animals, not people. Son of a bitch once, and whore once. So yeah, there's the other thing with this is when Evie gets this job is there are some attempts to kill the villain, and the villain and Evie team up to try to figure out who is trying to kill them and why. So that is this story. Not much I can say without going into spoilers. And Goodreads does not have an about the author, but it looks like this was the debut book for the author, the 4th book in this series. So there's 2 books out so far. Apprentice to the Villain is number 2. There's an Accomplice to the Villain, which is number 3, and that will be released on August 7th of 2025, according to my Goodreads app. And then there will be a 4th book, but there is no release date, no cover, no title yet, as it is just listed as untitled. So I can't tell you anything about the author. I just go off of what's... Oh, wait. Let's see if it's in the book. I usually just go off of Goodreads, but hello, I've got the physical book right here. Let's see. Acknowledgements. there you go, about the author. So there's the author. Let's see, Hannah Nicole Maehrer, or as TikTok knows her, at Hannah Nicole May, is a fantasy romance author and book talker with a propensity for villains. She grew up in eastern Pennsylvania watching Disney movies in her favorite rocking chair, where she spent hours imagining her own stories, creating entire worlds among the green walls of her living room. She kept her big dreams close as she went on to graduate with a bachelor's in psychology from Pennsylvania State University. Until one day, her aspirations carried her to a small app on her phone that made those big dreams a reality. After developing the viral Assistant to the Villain TikTok series into a book, Hannah watched that world she always dreamed of take form. So, there you go. And I do have a couple of things underlined as well, so before I let you go, I'll tell you just a few. Normal was for those who didn't have the ability to stretch their minds past the unreachable end. There is so much that can be fixed by honesty if you're brave enough to use it. The opinions of others are ever changing, and to never care quite so much of the world's perception of you. And I'll do one more. Bad things happen to good people sometimes. So there were some good things in this book that I did underline, and yeah, again, let me know if you've read this. Have you read any further into the series? Definitely let me know. Talk to me in the comment section below, and until next time, stay true to yourself and enjoy a good book, and I will talk to you later.